Niklas Luhmann's Media Theory, Understanding Communication and Society. Niklas Luhmann, a prominent German sociologist, developed a unique perspective on how society and communication function. He was known for his work on systems theory, but his ideas also extend to media theory. Luhmann's approach to media is complex, but it boils down to understanding how media and communication systems shape society. By breaking down Luhmann's ideas into simpler terms, we can grasp why media theory is crucial for understanding how society operates and why communication systems affect our perceptions of the world. At its core, Luhmann's media theory is about how information circulates in society and how different forms of media, from newspapers to television to the internet, influence what we know and think. According to Luhmann, society is made up of many interconnected systems, each with its own rules and functions. Media is one of these systems, and its primary purpose is to process and spread information. Luhmann saw society as constantly evolving, and media plays a vital role in this evolution by providing a continuous flow of information that shapes how people view and interact with the world. One of Luhmann's key insights was that media doesn't just transmit information but actually shapes it. This means that the media doesn't just show us what's happening, it also influences how events are presented and understood. This is because media selects what information to share and how to share it, which means it plays a role in constructing reality. For example, if the news focuses heavily on certain events or issues, people might believe those are the most important things happening in the world. In this sense, the media is not merely a neutral tool but an active participant in shaping our perception of reality. Luhmann also believed that media operates in a way that separates information from personal experience. In other words, we often rely on media to understand events or issues that we haven't personally encountered. This can create a gap between what we experience directly and what we learn through media. Luhmann argued that this gap affects how we see the world. Because we often learn about events secondhand through media, our view of reality is influenced by how the media portrays those events. This is significant because it means that the media holds a lot of power in defining what we believe is real or important, even if we have never experienced these things directly. Another important idea in Luhmann's media theory is that media operates on its own logic. Every system in society, according to Luhmann, has a unique set of rules and principles it follows. The media system, for example, is driven by the need to attract attention and keep people engaged. This means that media organizations might prioritize stories that are dramatic, sensational, or controversial because these types of stories are more likely to capture people's interest. This focus on attention can sometimes lead to a distorted view of reality, where stories that are less exciting but perhaps more important are overlooked in favor of those that are more likely to grab headlines. Luhmann's media theory also addresses how information overload can impact society. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded with information from multiple sources. Luhmann believed that this overload creates challenges for individuals trying to make sense of what's happening. When there is too much information, it becomes difficult to filter out what is relevant and what is not. This can lead to a sense of confusion or anxiety as people struggle to keep up with the constant flow of news and information. Luhmann argued that the media contributes to this feeling because it often presents information in a way that emphasizes urgency and drama, which can make people feel overwhelmed. An essential part of Luhmann's theory is the idea that media shapes society not by telling people what to think, but by influencing what they think about. This is sometimes called agenda setting. The media has the power to decide which topics get attention and which do not, and this influences the public's perception of what issues are important. For instance, if the media spends a lot of time covering political scandals, people are more likely to believe that corruption is a significant problem, even if they have no direct experience of it. In this way, the media can guide public opinion by selecting certain issues for focus while ignoring others. Luhmann's views on media also touch on the relationship between media and other social systems, like politics, economics, and law. Each of these systems operates independently, but they all interact with the media in different ways. For instance, politicians often use media to reach the public, but they are also subject to scrutiny from the media. Similarly, economic issues are frequently covered in the news, shaping public attitudes toward business, employment, and finance. By interacting with other systems, the media helps to create a web of connections that define modern society. In this sense, the media acts as a bridge between different parts of society, linking politics, culture, economy, and more. A fascinating aspect of Luhmann's theory is his concept of autopoiesis. This is a term borrowed from biology, and it refers to a system's ability to reproduce and maintain itself. Luhmann believed that social systems, including the media, are self-sustaining. This means that once a system is established, it develops mechanisms to keep itself running and growing. In the case of media, this might include creating routines for gathering and distributing news, developing formats for presenting information, and adopting technology that makes information more accessible. Media systems adapt over time, but they are always focused on ensuring their own survival. This idea helps explain why media outlets often prioritize content that attracts viewers, as this attention helps them stay relevant and profitable. Luhmann also believed that media plays a key role in shaping individuals' identities. Because we receive so much of our information from media, our understanding of ourselves and our place in society is influenced by what we see and hear in the media. For example, the media often promotes certain lifestyles, values, and beliefs as desirable or normal. When people are exposed to these messages repeatedly, they may begin to adopt these views as part of their own identity. This process can have both positive and negative effects, as it can encourage people to feel connected to society, but it can also create unrealistic expectations or stereotypes. In Luhmann's view, media is both a reflection and a driver of social change. As society changes, the media reflects these shifts by covering new topics and adapting its content to fit new values and concerns. At the same time, by highlighting specific issues or trends, the media can influence social change by bringing attention to topics that may have otherwise gone unnoticed. For example, media coverage of social movements can inspire people to join these causes or demand action from political leaders. This creates a cycle where society and media influence each other, with changes in one often leading to changes in the other. Luhmann's media theory ultimately highlights the power of media in shaping society. It reminds us that while media provides us with valuable information, it also influences how we understand ourselves and the world around us. Recognizing this influence can help us become more critical consumers of media, aware of the ways in which information is selected and presented to us. If you enjoyed this exploration of Niklas Luhmann's media theory, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us continue bringing you insights into complex topics in simple terms. Thank you for watching.